Welcome everyone. All right, so doing my little Let's Play series here. Have some time today, so thought I'd squeeze out these 3 games I talked about earlier. Don't mind me in the background here. I'm just eating a Halo Top ice cream. It's a, what is it? A cookies and brownies one. Just a little treat for winding down the day. I know it's probably not the best thing to eat at night, but at least Halo Tops aren't too bad as far as health-wise. Not the best still, but yeah. But yeah, but Revenge of Shinobi. So this is the first game here on the games that I picked on my Rolly of Gaming. Alright, so let's get going on this. So, for anybody that's never played this game, quick little secret you can do here. Put this to 0, wait for a little bit, and you'll get infinity shurikens. And there it is. Does make the game easier, but I'm just going to kind of casually play through this game here. So as you can see, it says 999. Oh wait, is it infinity shurikens or just actually 999? Nope, yep, it's infinity. But yeah, God, when I started playing this, I mean, I think one of the first things I said it before earlier, I've talked about this game already a handful of times, and every time I've always really praised the music, because I think that's one of the things that first really stood out to me was the soundtrack. Because, I mean, the graphics, yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, they look cool, but this music, what is this? And that's because at the time, this was the early 90s. Techno was kind of a big thing. I was getting into techno and all. So, definitely hit at the right time. Ooh. So when you do have infinity shurikens, you don't have to worry about getting too much of the power-ups. Or not the power-ups, but like the shuriken items. I'm playing this on the 8-bit 8-bit do controller, and it works pretty good. Oh, there's like a secret right up here. Oh, didn't get it. Oh well, no big. But not quite used to it though. Oh, I got hit. So if you get hit, well, if you have the power up, you end up losing it until you get it again. But yeah, so how many? I'm curious. How many like more this one over Shinobi 3? And both are excellent games. Shinobi is really one of Sega's landmark franchises. I'm so glad that they, came back with the new one that just recently came out, the Shinobi Art of Vengeance, and that's an excellent game. I'm still going through that game, but I'm really enjoying it. But I'm so glad because Shinobi is, I mean, it is one of the more popular Sega franchises and all, but I don't know. I always feel like there's another little hidden one. A lot of Sega franchises they're so good, and I just feel like they kind of got lost in time a lot. And that's why I'm so glad Shinobi's been making a comeback, and it got really good reviews and all. And I mean, even in the midst of Silk Song, that the Shinobi game is still getting some love too, also. I always like this costume too, also, because I think we were always used to ninjas having, the black outfits. Um, but I thought this was kind of cool how it's white and red. Just, I don't know, makes them stand out a little bit. It's a very cool look. Thank you very much. So one of the main key things about this game that'll help you succeed is mastering this double jump. So see, like if you have to kind of time it right. It's almost like it's not quite at the height of the jump, but but pretty close to it, and you push the jump button right again at the very top to do the double jump. Now let's go use some ninja magic. You got a few options here. So this one here is Ikazuchi. Gives you a lightning shield, so I think it blocks like 5 attacks. And you get your Karyu. That's like a fire magic that fills the screen with fire magic, and does some either it wipes out the screen of enemies or does some heavy damage to the boss. Fusion, which is it gives you some extra jumping powers, and Mijin. And this one it's pretty powerful. It's your most powerful attack that you have. The thing about it is that it doesn't take up because you can only, unless you get an extra power up, you can't use magic. Or you can only use magic one time per stage, unless you get if you get a certain power up. Mijin, you can use it. It's just because it doesn't take that magic away. It takes one of your lives away. So kind of use it as, in case of an emergency. But okay, let's see. But let's go ahead and just do this one. Yeah, I remember when I saw this, I thought that was so cool. Still cool. I love how the sound effects from this carried over to the Streets of Rage series. So like when your points are counting down or counting up and you get a free life, the same sound effects. For the master Yuzo Koshiro. Anybody play that Eartheon game? I played it and beat it on easy mode. That game is hard, but it's pretty cool though. I really dig this song. And this stage too. Also, the water effects still look really cool. Oh, oops. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this now. I like it goes wah. As you can see, my jumping power has really improved. And it makes this cool kind of like bubbly sound. Woo woo, woo woo. But yeah, so I kind of talked about this game already before, and I played this game so much as a kid, and I never owned it. Luckily my cousins they lived in a different town, but it was still fairly close. I think it was only like 6-7 miles away from where we lived, and we used to visit them quite a bit. And so a lot of times we would exchange games, and this is one that I remember borrowing from them quite a bit. As I don't know, I just really love this game a lot. Oh, oops. And what's cool is that on some of these stages, you can take like different routes. So you can go more on the ground level, or you can come up here to the rooftops. Let's see, I'm going to go up here on the rooftops. I think it's a little bit easier this way. There is one jump, though, if I remember right, that it's a little tricky to get down. Oh, oops, of course. Oh my god, I suck now. But so Shinobi kind of comes in 2 different styles. I mean, there was, well, I guess it was more this style that was popularized more. But because originally Shinobi was, I mean, you're Joe Musashi, I'm pretty sure in the first one too. And that one came out in the arcades and all, but it was a bit more, I mean, they're action platforming games. Oh, there is a jump. Okay. But that one there is more of a one-hit kill and you're dead. Where this one you have a life bar. Your moveset's a bit more expanded. Oh, and I'm dead. Oh my god. God, this game used to be like second nature to me. I don't know if I like this Pro controller or this 8-bit Dude Pro controller for the double jump. It's a great controller, and so I have like I have the Pro controller for the original Switch, which this is what I'm playing this on. So just I guess we back up a little bit. I'm playing this on the Sega Genesis collection on the Nintendo Switch, and I have the Switch in my office here where I usually do most of my, I guess my streaming, if you want to call it that. But I have the Pro controller for the original Switch, and I got the Pro controller 2 also for the Switch too. But I have those now in the living room where I use it for like, sometimes when my family plays like multiplayer. Um, so I have the 8-bit Do controller here. 8-bit Do, I don't even know what you call it. Oh, there's an extra magic thing here. So just so you know. But so it works pretty good, but I don't know. For like games like this, I don't know. Oh my god. My dumb ass is over here eating this ice cream while I'm getting my butt kicked. Okay. And let's just go ahead and I'm pretty sure the second one should knock him out. Oh, it didn't, huh? Well, almost. I think one more. Nope. Okay, one more. I like how it says Zed in the background. It's the name of the main bad organization in this game. The evil company. Stage 3, so now we're at airport. So I've mentioned it before. I'm just going to save my answers in case I die, so I don't have to start back from the beginning just in case I die too many times. But I've said at the beginning before, or no, I'm sorry, not that beginning on my podcast, that about Spider-Man and Batman being in this game. That comes at a later level, but it wasn't just them, though. It was also Rambo / Sylvester Stallone and the Terminator / Arnold Schwarzenegger. So this guy right here with the flamethrower, so he's bald in this one, so just, generic soldier. But in the original version, as you can see, he has a red bandana, and he was very reminiscent of Rambo. But, they changed that later on in one of the different versions of the game. And then one of the bosses, I think it would be, let's see, what stage is this? This is stage 3. I think the boss on stage 4 looks very much like Arnold Schwarzenegger and the Terminator. So yeah, it was kind of cool, I don't know. For whatever reason, Sega did that. I don't know if they were thinking they wouldn't get caught or if they had only temporary license for it. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. This version, though, that's on this game here, or on this collection here, is the one that has a lot of the more edited version, I guess. Oop. Now, what you want to do on this one is you want to avoid not getting in front of those doors there, as they'll just suck you in and you will be deceased. Oh, oops. Oh my gosh, I suck. One up. Oh, there's a hidden one up there. Oh my gosh. Deceased. Usually what I try to do, like on some of these old retro games, is, if I do want to beat the game, but I don't, want to go all the way back to the beginning and all that if I lost all my lives and all is I will use sometimes like save states at the beginning of a level. Because otherwise, yeah, it can get kind of annoying where you have to go all the way back to the beginning. Back in the day, that was cool and all, but nowadays, time is precious. But there's still definitely games though that I do still like to play because of the challenge of it. Like, Hollow Knight, for example. I'm having an amazing time with that game. And I've been going through that game blind. No walkthroughs, no nothing. Oh, jeez. Um, and I'm having a blast with it. Because sometimes it does really add to the experience. And that's one thing I've been noticing with that game is that the fun part of it is really the challenge and the getting lost in it. I mean, it's been making just definitely a really cool video game experience. I mean, it's definitely some of the most fun I've had with a video game in the past while, really. Um, I'm becoming a Hollow Knight fanatic. So curious to check out Silk Song, but I heard it's like even harder. That's crazy. Oh, Jesus. But I mean, what do people think of like, I guess just difficulty levels in games nowadays? Do you like the backtracking a lot? Do you like the more, the less frequent save checkpoints? Um, or do you really appreciate more, that, where most games generally have like fairly generous um, checkpoints and all? You know what? I'm going to cheat a little bit here just because. Okay. But yeah, but back in the day, this game here, I used to be pretty good at it. Where I used to like playing it with no shurikens, just to sort of test myself out. I think I did beat the game one time like that. I could be wrong, but I remember I used to get pretty far in it. But it's just because again I would play this game over and over and over and over. This boss, not the coolest boss, but basically, I mean, there's probably a few different ways you can kill it, but I just kind of do this here. Just kind of jump, go back and forth when the little brain thing comes out there. Do your double jump with shurikens. Of course, if you don't have the, now I have the infinity shurikens, right? So I'm just kind of blasting away, but otherwise you want to use your attacks a little bit more sparingly so you're not wasting a bunch of shurikens. Oh, jeez. It's kind of weird playing this game with without the a lot of added moves that the Art of Vengeance game has. And I don't know this for sure yet. I mean, it's still early, but I feel like I still might prefer this one though. Sometimes, I mean, it's not just about the like, that you got more game mechanics and all that, better graphics and all. Sometimes it's just the feel of a game that just, really does it. Oh, jeez. Let me rewind that back a little bit. Okay. I know, cheating. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I really do enjoy it. I'm really enjoying it, but something about this one though that just really, it's my comfort food game. One of my comfort food games, anyway. Oh, extra magic. But But yeah, so this game came out. So yeah, so it would have been within the launch window of the Sega Genesis launch. Not right at the start, but pretty close. And I know that because the early Sega Genesis games, they had the box art had a certain look where the front of it was, it had towards the bottom the kind of like the black graph, but only kind of like in a small section at the bottom where the majority of the box art was the actual, whatever the cover art was. Where later on, it seemed like that cover art got a little bit smaller and more condensed. And then eventually we went to the kind of ugly red box Genesis games. I'm not a fan of those. And then a lot of the third-party games sometimes had like their own unique look. So there's like a really hard, yeah, I think it's down here. Yeah, that. I don't know if I've ever been able to get that without dying. Oops. Oh. I was going to say, I think that was a shortcut there. Oops. Deceased. But yeah, what I really liked about this game is, again, just the variety and the stage design. I don't know what's going on outside, if somebody's shooting a gun or I just keep hearing like this noise out there. Well, with everything going on nowadays, who knows, huh? How's everyone doing on, just everything going on nowadays? It's interesting, whatever your beliefs are, whatever your affiliations are, whatever, it's not easy out there nowadays. Without giving up too much information, what I do in my job, I get to hear a lot of people's stories as far as just struggles that we're going through, right? And it's it's rough out there, guys. It's regardless of what your background is and all. And oh, there's the Arnold Schwarzenegger looking guy. But I guess all that to say, just take care of yourselves, take care of those around you. Respect each other. Know that we're not all the same, and that's fine. And even if you highly disagree with people on something, that's fine. Just, respect each other, understand that that we do come from different backgrounds and all that, and that there isn't just one way to, to live this life. That because we come from different backgrounds and all that, obviously we're going to have just different perspectives on things. So let's learn from each other. I know that sounds almost like impossible to do nowadays, but I still strongly feel that we can, though. I've been on this planet for 45 years now, and there was a time I remember where we could talk about these kind of things more and agree to disagree, or even if we had some very differentiating opinions on something, we could still, respect each other though. But yeah, just take care of each other. Take care of yourselves also. Don't forget that as well too. But yeah, but this guy, so it looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then as we start getting, so his main weak point is his head. Oh, and that's why he's the Terminator. So there's 8 stages in this, so we're up to stage 5. I like the song to this. Something about it reminds me like of an old movie. Oops. It's some kind of a noir crime movie. Oh, deceased. Oh, got the power up, but got hit. Oh, I'm going to rewind it really quick here. Because I'm running out of time here. 30 minutes is almost up. Maybe so I can get at least to the next stage. Oh. All right, there we go. This is one of my favorite stages here. So this one's tricky because you got to watch out for the cars. So if you double jump, so you'll bounce between the so you'll jump back and forth between the foreground and the background. I swear I'm a much better game player at this game than what it seems here. I'm just not very good at talking and trying to play. And so you got to be careful that you don't double jump if there's not like a platform on the other side. Otherwise, you'll go right into one of the pits there. And so the red cars can hurt you. So basically, the way you can determine is, so they go one blue car, 2 blue cars, and then you get the red one. It's a little pattern there to look out for on this. Oh, and I didn't follow my own advice there. I think this part here is where it gets a little tricky. Oh no, wait, I think it's the next part up here. Yeah, this part right here. Okay, so didn't time it right. Oh jeez. Oh my gosh. Come on, man, you're making myself look bad. All right, but we're finishing up here. Okay. All right, we're done. That's 30 minutes. But yeah, Revenge of Shinobi, great game. Definitely check it out. If if you're starting off with the Shinobi Art of Vengeance game, if again, this game doesn't have quite like the moveset and all like the way that one does, but it's still an excellent game though, and highly recommend it. Welcome to Mario Kart. Yeah, so Mario Kart 64. So this game, yeah, came out in 1986. So it wasn't quite right at the launch of the Nintendo 64, but it was within its launch window. So it must have come out like in late 1996 because the Nintendo 64 came out in September, right, of 1996. Okay, so we're just gonna do one player. Let's do 100. I'm not the best Mario Kart player. Let's go with old school Mario. Let's go. Okie dokie. So what do we think of the Mario, um, the 40th anniversary that got it, all the stuff that got announced for it? It's I would have wished for a little bit more, but I'm pretty excited though about getting Galaxy 2, Super Mario Galaxy 2 finally on the Switch. I have it on the Wii. Well, I have the Wii U, where and then it's backwards compatible with the Wii. But I have it in storage right now, so I'm getting to I guess I could hook it up here in this TV here, but um, I think I'm just gonna prefer playing on the Switch. I just hope that the motion controls for it were able to be mapped onto the buttons somehow in a really good way. Let's see. Yeah, so this game uses like polygons in the background, but your characters are like these CG models still. So kind of like what they did with the original Donkey Kong game and all. And I mean, it doesn't look bad and all. They probably might have done it also too, so that the frame rate wouldn't take quite the hit. I do remember a lot of Nintendo 64 games not having quite the best frame rate. So maybe they did it for that, which was, I mean, I would feel it's a decent trade-off. But yeah, never, like I said, this game I know, the Mario Kart games are really fun and memorable, I'm sure, for a lot of people because of like the multiplayer, right? So if you got to experience multiplayer on these games back in the day, that's where I'm sure a lot of the good memories are. The Mario Kart games that I can say that I experienced a lot of multiplayer with has been the first Mario Kart game. I remember playing that with friends a lot back in the day. And I think we used to play the battle mode option actually too, which is because like I have memories of having really a lot of fun with that, but I just can't remember. Like, was it? I think it was a buddy of mine that I've talked about before, right? That he had the Nintendo. Somehow we played Mario Kart in the battle mode quite a bit. I just don't recall where exactly, but that one, this one, Mario Kart 64, I didn't play it back in the day. Let's see. Then after that, the Game Boy Advance one, the no, that one I did buy when I got the Game Boy Advance around launch time. But then like the one on the Wii, the Nintendo DS one, I didn't really play those, nor the one on the 3DS, at least at the time when they came out. Mario Kart 8, though, I did buy that one fairly close. I would have bought that one like in 2019 or so, a little bit when I got the Switch. And that one there, I've kind of got into it with my daughter a little bit and my family here. And then Mario Kart World, we've been playing that one a little bit too, also with family. So, and yeah, Mario Kart is a game where, it is just a lot funner with friends. But we're just checking out the stages here for anybody that maybe hasn't quite played this game for some reason. So, what are like everyone's favorite tracks in Mario Kart games? I personally, I guess I haven't really given it too much thought. Um, this one's kind of fun though. I guess the cow that you see in the backgrounds, where it's one of those cows is the one that you get to play in Mario Kart World. But yeah, it seems like Mario Kart World lost a lot of players though with some of the changes that they made to it, huh? I mean, I played through the game. It was when I got the Switch too, and I was able to beat through the stages just like in the single player mode, and it was fun. I mean, I had a fun time with it. I'm not a very competitive Mario Kart player. I played a little bit of online with my daughter, and played just with random other people online, and it was a fun experience. I had a blast. It was fun. But like I said, I'm a more of a casual player though. But seems like it upset quite a bit of people though. Oh, Nintendo. You make some really good games, but man, some of the decisions you guys make. It's like, I love your games, but why do you have to shit on them? Like, what was this one comedian used to say? I love spaghetti, but it's got shit on it. Second place. Yeah. I got first in the first one, right? I wasn't even really paying attention. Yeah, I would assume I did. We're at the beach. Koopa Troopa Beach. Let's go. Oh, Wario back there. I should have picked Wario. I like how he's kind of a prick. Does this one have a jump? Yeah, it does have a jump button. Okay. Oh, I fell for that one. But I mean, what do people think about like the Nintendo Switch Online service? I enjoy it just because I do like trying to have a lot of my retro games all in one place, and now it has a decent sized library now. But yeah, just kind of annoying though that it is still tied. It's tied behind the subscription service. Um, I mean, I can play a lot of these games on emulation, and maybe at one point I'll just cut the cord on the Nintendo Switch Online because it's not like I play the games online anyways. But I just like having the convenience of just having my games on the Switch also, as opposed to like taking multiple devices out somewhere if I'm wanting to switch between like Switch games and then just more retro games. I'm in fifth place. Oh geez, better pick up the pace. Oh, oh, oh. Where did they start introducing that blue turtle shell? I think sometimes pisses me off when I'm playing online. It's like, really? But it's part of the fun. See, let's not get into crazy antics out there. Let's just take it all out on Mario Kart. That's a way to solve world peace, right? A secret over there? Nope. Move, do it. That was a dumb move. Mamma mia! What place did I get? 18. Oh, I got 18 points, I mean. Calamari Desert. This is the last one, right? I think in this cup. I think so. All right, let's get first place. I wish they would add that Diddy Kong racing game to the service. It's a game I hear a lot about, but Um, Never have played it though. And I mean, I think if Nintendo forked out some cash, because I would assume maybe they have to pay something to Rare, because I think Rare developed that game. So maybe somehow it's tied to them, and so that's why they haven't brought it out. But I mean, it seems like it has a following right now with the Donkey Kong Bonanza game, being popular. Why not release a game on this service? So much things, nowadays, what it takes just to release a game, like, kind of annoying, but it's also why I'm not a businessman. Toad. Yeah, yeah. And he's fumbling around all over the place with that turtle show I hit him with. Oh, I'm in first place. Is there any major releases coming out this week? Not sure. I really want to play that Dante, or not Dante, Neon Inferno game. It's like a kind of like a shoot 'em up, looks like, with a cyberpunk sort of theme to it. But yeah, that game looks really cool. No, they announced that game's coming out in November, huh? Not sure if anything comes out this week that might be worth exciting about, but I got so many games. I used to have a bit of the FOMO, right? Not so much like fear of missing out because like I wanted to keep up with the latest and greatest. I just felt like I just needed to buy games, right away. And back in the day, like specifically with the sixth generation, God, I would buy so many games. Um, Fifth generation also to an extent. Well, towards the end of the fifth generation, and then even in the seventh generation, but sixth especially is where I remember just buying a lot of games. And I got rid of most of my collection that I had back then. Now I have ways of playing them like on emulation and all, but yeah, I had so many games between the Dreamcast, the PlayStation 2, the GameCube, and the Xbox. Um, and I had my little collection like in these DVD racks and all that I would put them in. And I remember being a little bit embarrassed, because of all the games that I had, and people would come over and you know nobody really said much and all, but I just always thought like people kind of assumed I was a big old nerd, which I am, but I guess at the time I worried about things like that. Nah, I just don't give a shit. But I was younger back then. But when I don't give a shit, I don't have the games anymore. So. Oh, I did get number one. Sweet. And that's the castle. What is it? The Mushroom Kingdom castle, something like that, where basically Super Mario 64 takes place in. I really feel like the Nintendo 64 would have been a blast to have back in those days, where you have like playing co-op, couch co-op with a lot of like the multiplayer games. Let's pick this prick, Mario. All right, let's do the Flower Cup. I don't know if I've ever even. No, I have played this one. Yeah, I have. Maybe I did play this cup. This stage looks familiar, but I don't know if actually I've played the other stages in this cup. I haven't even paid attention. Do they have like differences in their stats with depending on which character you pick? I'm not even sure. Yippee! Mamma mia! I don't know if this stage was ever recreated in one of the newer ones. I know Mario Kart 8 has a lot of stages that I believe it recreates from like older Mario Kart games. So what's like the popular consensus of what's the best Mario Kart game? Is it I don't think it's this one, like overall. I think this one might score high in nostalgia, but just like overall, like for real, probably Mario Kart 8, right? Seems to be the case. Mario Kart World seems to be a bit of a letdown for some people. But the one that I really liked, I don't know if it'd be my favorite just because, I like the stages or like all the stages and options that the Mario Kart 8 has. And granted, that game has had some time to, you know, have a bunch of like DLC and all that added to it. But just gameplay wise and all, I did like Mario Kart Double Dash. I just like the having the two characters. I just thought that was kind of fun. Um, I want to say I think that is maybe my favorite Mario Kart game. Hopefully they release it on the Nintendo Switch Online. Boing, boing, boing. What place am I in? Third? Oh, fourth. Oh, 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 no. Oh, okay, still in second place. Who's in first? Princess Peach. Okay. Where's she at? So I can throw a turtle shell at her. There she is. Good job, Wario. Pays to be an asshole, huh? No, don't be an asshole, kids. Don't be Wario. Ah, you can throw the banana peels forward, apparently. Have I known that? Maybe I have. Yeah, but no, I was saying like it would have been fun to have had like the Nintendo 64 back in the day with like the four controllers and all, and like if you had a bunch of family and friends that you can play multiplayer with, I can see how that system would have been pretty fun. And I think that's why, because it seems like the PlayStation obviously won that round in the fifth generation, right? Sales wise and all, and it just had a lot of classic games and all. But it seems like people seem to remember the Nintendo 64 more fondly. And maybe that's just because there wasn't as much games, and maybe because the games were a little expensive, you can only get so much. But it just seems that way, anyways, to me. I don't know. What do people prefer, the Nintendo 64 or the PlayStation? I'm gonna go with the Saturn because that was my system. Nah, if I really had to pick between the three of them, I would for the fifth generation. I would go with the PlayStation. But I do prefer the Saturn over the Nintendo 64. Um, I love the Saturn. It's such a great system. But we're not talking about the Saturn though right now. But maybe next week I'll pick a Saturn game. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I've ever played this stage. I might have only tried that previous one a handful of times and then quit afterwards. Because I've been trying to get my daughter to play this one, but she won't do it. She just has like one look at the graphics. She's like, "Can we play the new one?" Oh, come on. I think Mondays might be a good day to do this, to quote unquote stream. So I work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And on so Monday, I kind of work a longer day at 9 hours, and I go in a bit earlier. But on Tuesday, I do got to get up kind of early because I got to get my daughter ready for school and take my other daughter to a babysitter because I work from home that day though. But because I'm not like going to work, it's one of the days that I can stay up a little bit later and all. And so this would be a good day. Oh, what is going on? Did my controller? No, isn't my controller working? No, it is. Oh, I just slipped. Okay. Well, duh. Obviously, I'm in bad road conditions here. And speaking of which, we're getting close to winter, and in the area that I live in, we do get some snow and bad weather, but let's hope that's not the case for this year. I don't mind the snow and all. It's just driving in the snow, which I'm fine with. I can drive in the snow just fine. It's just always being, careful of other people right on how they're driving and all. That's always a bit of a concern during that time. Let's see. Speaking of which, let's see. I got new tires last year, so we're still good on my car. So actually, maybe I should ask my wife to see. Let's see, because we got her tires. Let's double check that. Sorry, just kind of thinking of. Do you ever have that where you're playing a game and all of a sudden you start thinking about like adult stuff? You're like, wait a minute, did I do this? Did I do that? Or I gotta check this. I gotta check that. But see, that's kind of one of the nice things about playing games for me personally. I find you know adult life can be very very complex. There's just a lot, a lot that you got to keep track of, a lot that you got to try to do, keep up with your bills, keep up with your, work and your, relationships and all, and keep up with all this, all that. And, a lot of times barely have any time to yourself and all. Um, and trying to be healthy at the same time too, also, and all kinds of stuff. Right. And it's just a life that we live nowadays in these modern times that it's not good for us. I don't feel like it's good for us, but such is the case, all right, in the times that we live in. And so, they always say, like, find time to meditate, find time to yourself and all that, which, yes, I absolutely agree. And definitely should always look for ways to exercise, go out for a walk, things like that. Absolutely do those kind of things. As the kids say nowadays, touch grass. But video games can be I strongly feel that video games can be a bit of that sort of like self-care for yourself, though, also. You know, like right now when I'm playing this and I'm just here talking and all, I'm sort of like reflecting on things that is, like things that I need to do, and all, but I'm doing it while I'm doing something that's also fun. So it doesn't suddenly become too much of a burden to think of them or too much of a stressor, right? And honestly, I feel like in a lot of ways, video games can be very therapeutic in that sense. They're, just kind of get lost in a world for a bit or just have fun, like something like this, right? You're just here mindlessly kind of playing a game and all. And so you're doing something, right? So you're mentally engaged in something and all. And it just kind of feels like it opens up your mind a little bit and all to be able to take in some of those other things that maybe you forgot throughout the weeks or days and all. You're like, oh, right, I need to do this. We need to check on the tires on this and all that. And now it's a little bit fresh in your mind, but not in a setting where it's all stressed out and all that. And then it's also just something about just kind of getting lost in this different world. Like here I am on a Choco Mountain racing with all these wackos here. But like, still, like if you're playing a game like Skyrim or something like that, or Breath of the Wild, where you're just getting lost in that world and all, just forgetting things for a bit, and not to the point where you're completely escaping, because I don't think that's healthy for you either. But just for a moment, like just give me, like I'm doing this for 30 minutes each, right? So for 3 games, for about an hour and a half, like just give me this moment just to unwind a bit. Let me recharge. Let me recollect my thoughts. Let me you know, ground myself a little bit to the things that I know are important too for me as well. And I find that video games can really help with that a lot too. And it doesn't have to be video games, obviously, right? There's a lot of other things you can partake in, that can probably give you the same experience. Just for me personally, I feel though that video games can be beneficial in that sense also, right? If you're open to, you know, playing games. That's just my little spiel there on how video games can be good for you. I don't have like strong opinions about on the other side as far as like how video games can be bad for you. But I there are some times though, right, where I do kind of wonder, like in my past life and all, if has video games been more helpful or detrimental to me. And at the end of the day, I mean, I'm a gamer. I enjoy playing video games and all that. So I'm going to definitely lean more towards, not necessarily maybe that they're good for you, but just that they're enjoyable enough and all, where I'm not going to feel bad for partaking in this hobby. Um, But there is something to be said though, right? And I'll tell you every now and then, stop and ask yourself, and all this the best thing I should be doing right now. And in some cases, it is. Like I just said, right? No, sometimes when you need unwind, it's I feel it is a good escape. It could be a healthy escapism. Oh, this one's going fast. Was this the last stage on this cup? I'm not sure. Oh crap! And this is the third lap already. Oh no! I'm not gonna get no! Ah, you stupid Wario. Oh well. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get a cup in this one. Well, hot dog. Yeah, no, I didn't do too good on this one. Fourth place. Nope, they didn't get a cup. I was wondering if they would do it in a different location for the different cups, but now it looks like it's still in front of the Peach Castle or Peach's Castle. But anybody excited for that Super Mario Brothers Galaxy movie? I think that is what it's called. It'll be interesting. I did enjoy the first movie. Oh no, wait! I did get third place. How did I get third place? I thought I was in fourth place. Well, guess I wasn't paying enough attention. Well, I got a bronze cup. Congratulations, Wario. All right. Well, we're slightly under the 30-day or the 30-minute mark, so I'm gonna stop playing the game here. But yeah, just to touch a little bit on this game, it's fun. It's Mario Kart. It's a blast. It's the again. I think that this one is one of the more nostalgic one for people, but I don't think it still holds up as far as like one of the best games of the series for a lot of people. At least the kind of the how I gauge things and all conversations that I see online and all. I don't really know anybody that plays Mario Kart still, or at least in a sense where they would actually know what their favorite Mario Kart games are. But it's definitely was is a fun series, and it blew up to be one of Nintendo, if not Nintendo's best selling game. No, well, no. I mean, I'm sure the Mario Brothers series, like the platformer series, are still probably the best sellers, I would assume. But I know Mario Kart sells like crazy. So, again, I guess I shouldn't really say on where it lands as far as like the top selling franchises for Nintendo, but it's definitely up there. And I'm sure that the Mario Kart 8 definitely gave it a big push also, since that one sold like crazy. And Mario Kart World, I guess I'm curious to see how much that one's been selling. I think pretty good, just because it was bundled in right with the Switch too, and so, on one version. But yeah, I guess just kind of curious how that game's because I like that game too. I feel like it's a lot of hate, but I like it. But again, this is coming from a very casual Mario Kart player. But yeah, that's it for this one. And again, we're a little under the 30-minute mark, but I think we're good here. But yeah, definitely. Like I said, if for some reason you haven't played it, definitely check it out. Again, it's available here on the Nintendo Switch Online. You can emulate Nintendo 64 games pretty easily if you have a decent enough device. There's an emulator on the RetroArch, which works pretty good. But if you get like the Mupen 64 emulator, I think it's what it's called, that works pretty good as well too. But yeah, Mario Kart 64, fun game. And for the final game this evening, so it's Def Jam Fight for New York. This one here, I'm playing this on my Odin 2 through the PlayStation 2 emulator, Aether SX. I haven't really tested this game out too much, so I'm hoping it runs pretty good on this emulator. I was gonna play the GameCube version because I had that one already, but it when I did test it out a little bit earlier today just to kind of make sure if it worked, and it seems to work okay, but on some screens, like as you're going through the options and all, you can't see the text. It might be just like some kind of a setting on the emulator, but I couldn't figure it out in a quick in a quick pinch. So I just went to the emulator one that I have here on the PlayStation 2. Didn't really test this one, so hopefully it works okay. Okay, so at the very least, like this looks okay here, because like in some place you couldn't see the text here. Let's do story mode. Oops. Oh my god. So this I'm using another 8-bit do controller that I have here. It's like the Xbox kind of branded one. Um, Works pretty good. I keep it for like using on some of my emulation devices. That's crazy how they got all these names in this game, huh? Carmen Electra, also Little Kim, Omar Epps, Henry Rollins, Ice-T. Because it wasn't just rappers, right? They also got like some, like actors too. Also, Chris Judge as D-Mob. Is that Chris Judge from the actor for like Kratos and the new God of War games? Oh, I don't remember a lot of this game. So I mentioned in my podcast earlier that I really enjoyed the first one, Def Jam Vendetta. This one here, it felt like I didn't like it quite as much. But let's see what we think now. Oh, create. So okay, let's see. I guess this guy. Are you sure you don't want to? Oh, I'll go with rough. Man, I miss these EA Sports big games. I think it is. Oh, that's right. So you can pick what kind of, let's see, martial arts, wrestling, submissions. Let's make it to a kickboxer. Loading's a little long on it. I originally played this game on the Xbox. I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Oh shit. Blaze mode, rage mode. Boom. Oh, Carps messed him up. Of course, that's only training. Sure. It always trips me out when they use like multiple actors for like a role. Well, like, if you're for the main character, but like for example, this one, right? You're, just the main character, but they have like different versions of the voice, and like some of the voices you might never ever hear. But still cool though when they do that. Pagers. Okay. Oh wait, map. Okay, that's what I want. Oh, that's right. We're trying to buy new gear. Uh, let's go. Let's go here. See what they got. Show off some muscles. Okay, let's see. Oh wait, did I not buy it? Oh, okay, there we go. Let's see. Let's get some tats. So he's a guy from part one. Oh, damn, these are expensive. Actually, these are kind of expensive. Haircut. Sure, that'll work. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's fight this dude. Trick. I like the graphics to this and all, where you can tell like it's the the rappers, but it's still done in a kind of a sort of almost cartoony kind of way. Oh. So from what I can tell, it seems like it runs pretty smooth on this emulator. Alright, come on, punk. Of course, the soundtrack in this is great. Oh, that's right. I think you can, like... Someone in the crowd is holding a weapon. To move, take the weapon, and press on. Okay. Okay. Oh. Damn. That's cool. I think I just felt that the first one, it was since it was a little bit more focused on wrestling. I think I just preferred it because of that. I don't quite recall why exactly. Again, oh damn. Ooh, LL Cool J. The baits go boom, explosive. Skull. Let's fight Skull. Oh, okay, because I think at the end of so the third character, and this is Danny Trejo, and I think it's the same way with the other stage that I fought. That when you get to the after like so many fights, you fight like a boss character, so to speak, and then I think you unlock them after if you beat them. Oh, ouch! No bueno. Oh, ouch! Oh, oh no, no! I don't even know what I'm pressing. Ow! That wasn't very nice. Boom! That's cool. Knock, knock. Anybody home? I miss this, like, where you have a game where everything's complete in it, right? Like, you're earning this money and all that you can buy gear and maybe moves, or I don't know exactly what you use the money for, but nowadays, I just feel like a lot of that stuff would be in microtransactions and all that. God, I miss these days. Oh, what's this? I gotta pick a girlfriend? Oh, jeez. Let's see. Little Kim? I don't know. You seem like trouble. I think I'm gonna go with Kimura. Oh. Oh, well, here we go. Whoa, whoa. And we're starting off hot already. Okay, all right. That's how it's gonna be. I shouldn't be talking too much shit because I kind of suck at this. Oh, that was cool. I don't even know how I did that. Ow. Yeah. Let me stand still so I can throw your ass to the jukebox. Oh, nope, you did that first to me. Okay. Okay. Oh, jeez, that's... Oh, got my ass kicked. The loading does kind of suck on it. I guess I'm so used to like games down low. It's just loading really fast and all. I mean, it's not horrible, I guess, but... Oh. He's like, dude. That's funny. No. I'll just keep going here. Oh, I thought Skull was a little bit harder. I missed out on the first guy cruise. Diez segundos, baby. Oh, ow. I'm trying to do like a move where I slam him against one of the background drop against the background somehow, but can't figure out how to do that. Somebody call for a stretcher. Okay, so now I think I unlocked one of the bosses. If I remember right, I think they're hard though. Oh, okay, yeah, so it's Danny Trejo. Okay, yeah. Let's go, homie. Danny Trejo, man, that dude, he's got quite the background. Like his back, in real life. He did some time, and he's the real deal. Ow. Okay. Yeah, I do remember this. I just remember I had a hard time with the boss battles. Oh, jeez. Hey, pendejo, I didn't get my reputation for nothing. Yeah, come on, cabrón. Yeah, it's just I don't know. So I remember this with the first one too. Also, like the difficulty and it just like spikes up really quick too. Also, and um, then again, it just might be I'm just not too familiar with wrestling games and all. But either way, though, this game's still fun. It's cool. Okay, maybe I should just stay away from the pool of tables since apparently. Oh, oops, wrong button. Oh, jeez. Ow. So, okay, okay, okay. And I'm deceased. Dang, I suck. Do you know there's like some games where you can play and it's difficult and all that, but you're able to figure it out, right? Eventually. Some games I just have a hard time wrapping my mind around and all. And um, I feel like that sometimes it's with me with wrestling games. Okay, so that was a cool little escape move I did. So see, again, a lot of it is just me learning the mechanics of it and all, but come on. And, oh, ouch. I'm in danger. Oh my god, that's twice I missed that. I was just thinking about it too. I was like, maybe I can grab that pull stick. But didn't think about it quick enough. Can I beat him? Can I beat him? Is it enough to beat him? I might have a chance here. Nope, I think I beat him. Alright, one way to do it. Not the prettiest one, but I'll take it. Sorry, Danny Trejo. Alright, so we're coming up here towards the end here. Oh, Ice-T. Let's fight Ice-T. I like Ice-T also. But yeah, fun game. It's I love the concept of this game. I think it's great. Again, I think that part of the reason why it just hasn't been re-released is I can only imagine all the licensing rights they would have to buy for the music, the likeness of the actors, and all that. And so, just kind of unfortunate with things, on video games and all when when they're licensed games, just because of all the crap that I'm assuming they have to go through right and all to re-release them. But that's where emulation comes in. Anybody remember Body Count? Ice-T's a little stint at doing some rock music. That was a great soundtrack, or a great album. Oh. Okay. I don't think it's enough to beat him. At least not with this move. No. No. Oh, ouch. Okay. And I think I'm done for. No, not yet, but here soon. You hear the buttons. I don't know how that comes through on the microphone here. Oh, jeez. Oh, there he goes. Okay. Well, I lasted longer on that one than I thought I would. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. Well, 30 minutes are up on that. Yeah, great game. It's definitely a game I would probably have to go through like the training mode and all, so I can learn all the different moves and everything. But it's fun. I love these games. I miss the EA Sports big games or the EA big games back in the day, like this NBA Street and NFL Street and all that. This was when EA games was just coming out with a lot of cool stuff because even like the Need for Speed series during this time was really cool. Just kind of like the more arcadey sort of like sports wrestling fighting games and all that. They were just they had some good production value to them, but they were just fun too also. And we just don't get a whole lot of that nowadays, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, we always got the classics we can always go back to. But anyways, for anybody that hasn't seen this game, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for spending an evening here with me. I'm trying to do a little bit better about just sort of being able to talk casually, right, while I'm playing something where it doesn't have to be specifically about the game that I'm playing, but just about, just life and all, let's just, just kind of a way to unwind a bit. But yeah, that was fun. And hopefully I'll be able to do this again for next week. We'll see what games we get to play. But until then, have a good night. And until the next.